Hey, let me talk to you like someone who's spent way too long living with flat, uninspired sound before finally experiencing something that actually feels alive. Beosound Balance. This is for the person who instinctively knows when something sounds thin, who sat through movie scenes craving depth, who notices when music should feel as good as it sounds. Before anything else, take a second to check the current price and availability, because systems this refined don't stay predictable once people start replacing old speakers with something that genuinely elevates the room. You knew it was time to upgrade when your current setup made big moments feel small, when podcasts lacked presence, and songs you love just didn't move you anymore. You didn't need someone to point it out, you felt that subtle disappointment every time you hit play and the sound didn't match how you wanted to experience the moment. That's the point where good enough quietly starts feeling like compromise. And the first time this speaker filled the room? It wasn't about blasting volume. It was about balance. Rich lows that don't boom, clear mids that don't shout, and highs that carry detail without harshness. The sound doesn't just fill space, it shapes it. Dialogue feels focused. Music feels textured. Ambient moments feel intentional. That relief of not chasing clarity with the remote? You'll recognize it instantly. Imagine settling in for a movie and actually hearing footsteps behind you, not just guessing at them. Picture your favorite tracks revealing nuances you never caught before, like another layer of the mix suddenly unlocked. Even casual listening feels more present because the system stops hiding detail and starts showcasing it. While you're imagining that, take another look at availability. Waiting usually means awkward price shifts or stock dwindling, and that hesitation today can turn into the regret you feel every time your current setup lets a big scene fall flat. If you're wondering whether a speaker like this is really worth it, let me reframe that thought. This isn't about arbitrary specs or flashy features. It's about finally getting audio that feels aligned with your expectations. Once you live with sound that commands the room with presence and clarity, anything weaker suddenly feels like a compromise instead of a choice. Here's something people don't always mention. You start trusting your sound again. You hit play on something new without bracing yourself. You don't adjust volume mid-scene. You just experience every moment as it was meant to land. That shift from adjusting to absorbing is unexpectedly powerful. You feel richness you didn't expect. You hear nuance in every track. You relax into the full experience. You stop compensating with volume. You feel proud of how it sounds. The only real downsides are that once you've heard this level of refinement, anything thinner feels noticeably flat, and your old speakers might start sounding painfully weak in comparison. At some point, comparison loops just wear you out. You already know what real, balanced sound feels like in your space. Don't let this upgrade be the one you postpone and then regret every time you hit play and hear compromise instead of presence. If you're ready to finally match how you want your media to sound with how it actually sounds, check the pricing and make this yours now. The moment audio feels like part of the room instead of background noise, you'll realize exactly why it mattered.